Hello and welcome. I am Roy at Ninjazilla80, and today I will be reviewing the Mattel Masters of the Universe New Eternia Masterverse Viking He-Man figure. And as you can see, this is a pretty cool figure, and I got some things to say about him. So, with that said, let's get on with this review. And now, starting things off with the box. As you can see, this is a pretty cool box. I do have the figure already taken out. As you can see, that is obvious because you don't see it in the window packaging. But of course, we have Masters of the Universe, New Eternia, He-Man right there, which is the name of the figure you are getting inside. We have the Mattel logo right there. Ages 6 and up, so you 5-year-olds, yeah, this figure is obviously not for you. We have the Masterverse logo right there, letting you know what figure line this is a part of. It states right here that we have over 30 points of articulation. We have a barcode, which I'm more than sure nobody's excited for. We have He-Man, the name of the figure you are getting inside. Most powerful man in the universe, right there. And of course, the other side of the box, we have a really cool art style drawing of the New Eternia Viking He-Man right there, looking really cool. And we have another picture of them in the background with the Viking helmet off, which is really cool. I really like the art right there, looks really awesome. And of course, the back of the box, we have some more really cool art of Viking He-Man right there, looking awesome. And of course, we have Masters of the Universe New Eternia, original design inspired by classic concepts, which, yeah, I'm actually really liking the New Eternia style figures. Because why? They're freaking awesome, that's why. But anyway, we could see the Viking He-Man right there, looking like he's about to be fighting off a big herd of wolves right there. So yeah, and then there's like some other character in the background. I can't quite tell who that is. I'm thinking Beastman maybe, judging by the looks of it. And of course, we have the character bio right there. You can pause it and read it if you want to, so I'll leave it there for a hot little minute. And now, moving right along, we have also available. We have Merman, which I have on the way. I did order him from Big Bad Toy Store. We have the Barbarian Skeletor, which I have because I already have an unboxing video and I previously reviewed him. We have Teela, which I do have a Masters of the Universe, a Masterverse Teela figure coming, except it's not this one, it's the Teela with the shorter hair, for those of you who know what I'm talking about. And of course, we have the Viking He-Man right there, which is the very figure we are getting in the package. And of course, we have the Mattel logo, empowering the next generation through play. And bottom of the box, nothing too interesting there. So yeah, that pretty much concludes it for the box. Now on to the figure. And now, here we have the Mattel Masters of the Universe New Eternia Masterverse Viking He-Man right here before us, and all of his, by the power of Grayskull, Viking glory. As you can see, this is a well-sculpted, well-detailed figure made by the super cool, awesome people at Mattel, of course. First off, as it's stated on the box, this is an alternate concept version of He-Man. This one is also like he's sporting an alternate design. This is more of like a sort of like an animal skin leather loincloth opposed to his regular furry animal skin loincloth. So this is also a unique trait to this figure as well. And also we can see his boots are different. This one is wearing sort of like this animal skin leather boots right here, with some leather straps going around it, holding this dagger in place, which is also an accessory this figure comes with. And also, you do notice this one has like thicker flocking at the top of the boots, which is sort of like this greenish, like brown color. So I would say sort of like a moss color. Kind of almost looks like Christmas stockings a little bit. All you have to do is paint the bottom of the boot red, and then like the top part right here white, and then you would have He-Man wearing Christmas stockings. But anyway, getting back to the figure, we also see he is wearing a super cool, awesome looking gold belt right there with some very beautiful engraving designs right there, looking really nice. He is also wearing a lighter gold bracer as well, matching the lighter gold colorization of the belt right there. And of course, let's take his battle axe out for now. As you can see, he is also wearing a bigger, thicker arm guard right here with an alternative armor design right there. Looking cool as well. I really like it. And also, you can see this arm guard or gauntlet is a little thicker, like I mentioned, and it does have sort of like this animal skin leather padding inside of it. And also, we do see these leather straps going across that arm guard as well. Moving up to the chest, we can see this one does have an alternative cross design in the middle of the chest. This one is sort of like split off into 5 different pieces. We have the center like dot in the middle of the cross, and we have the top, the bottom, the right, and the left side of the cross, and it's kind of like all separated. Kind of makes me think of sort of like a PlayStation D-pad, sort of. But anyway, we also see we have the 3 red gems on each side of the harness straps there. So we do have that. And also, if you do look at the harness, the middle part and the top straps where the red gems are, we can see that part of the harness is armor plated, and the rest of the harness is just one big leather strap, or leather straps that interconnect with one another, as you can see. Very different from the harness on the classic He-Man. And also, as you can see, he is also sporting some very beautiful bright gold shoulder guards as well. That is also cushioned with sort of like this moss colored brownish green animal skin padding, just to make them a little bit more comfortable from a practical standpoint. And also, if you do take a look at those shoulder guards, you do see that that alternate cross design engraved in the top of the shoulder guards as well, matching the same very cross design in the middle of the chest armor right there, which is really cool. Really like that. A nice touch to this Viking He-Man. A definite plus on that part. Very beautiful. And also, speaking of like the shoulder armor and the dagger on the side, that kind of gives it sort of a similarity to the 1987 live-action He-Man design, because that one has shoulder guards, and that one also has a dagger in the boot, except that one also has like a dagger on the side. So there is some similarities with that one. So I wonder if like some part of like the earlier concept designs made it into like the costume design for that movie. And it makes me wonder if like the director from that movie looked at like the earlier concepts for He-Man and thought maybe this might work for the live action version. I don't know, but anyway, moving right along to articulation with this figure, starting with the head. And as you can see, the head is well sculpted, well painted. And I can't tell if he has blue eyes or hazel green. I have hazel green eyes, so I should know what hazel green eyes look like. So If I turn it this way, it kind of does look like he has hazel green eyes, but if I look at it from the front, his eyes look blue, so I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell in this lighting. Okay, I'm trying to get it. They're definitely hazel green, I can tell. But we do have sort of like longer hair on this He-Man as well. The face sculpt is a little different than your other He-Man figures, but the Masterverse figure line has multiple different head sculpts for multiple different He-Man figures, so to me they all have their own unique charm to them, so I'm not complaining. Even the basic head sculpt that came on the 1987 figure, to me, is fine. I don't need to order an alternative head from Ramen Toy, Ramen Noodle, whatever you want to call them, for the figure to look better. To me, it's fine. You know, other people can have their opinions, but the head sculpt that he came with, it's good enough for me. But anyway, getting back to this figure, getting back to articulation, the head can look right, we can look left, we can look up, we can look down, and we can do a full-on 360 cranium. Okay, maybe not. Yeah, let's not do head articulation, because that's one thing I was about to explain. The head does, especially with the hair, does tend to get caught on the shoulder armor and in between the harness on this one, because of like the longness of his hair, and maybe because of like the bulkiness of the shoulder armor. So yeah, that's most likely not a good idea, because I don't know if it's just mine, but yeah, you do notice some slight splitting in the neck joint right there, but that's not my only Masterverse figure that has that, so I think that's pretty much normal with Masterverse figures. As long as you're not manhandling the neck joint, I think it's fine. But anyway, moving right along to torso articulation. The torso can rock side to side and forward and back, but for the love of God, please do not try to rotate this all the way around. It's just one single peg joint in the middle of it. It's not a ball joint, like on the retooled later release Masterverse figures. And yeah, reason for that is because, yeah, I thought it was stuck paint, and I broke my 40th anniversary Masterverse Classic He-Man, but I did pay for a replacement myself, and I do have that coming, so I know not to do that with the early release Masterverse figures now. But anyway, moving right along, we do have waist articulation, though. I mean, a waist swivel, so we can swivel that waist all the way around a full 360, like so. So that's not a problem. And we also have really good shoulder hinges, so we can bring those shoulders out into a T-pose, and then bring them back down. And we can also rotate those shoulders all the way around a full 360 on a swivel. Same is true with the other side, and then back around. We also have really good bicep joints, so we can swivel those biceps all the way around a full 360. We have a double joint at the elbow, so you can bend those elbows all the way forward, and then back again. The same is true with the other side. Yeah, we got to turn his head, because you know He-Man's got to look at his muscles. And of course, we got to flex those muscles, because we do have a double joint in those elbows. And then bring them back down. And of course, we do have a swivel in the wrist, so we can swivel those wrists all the way around. Full 360, up and rock them forward and back on a hinge. Same is true with the other hand, and rocking forward and back on a hinge. And also, we do have a really good articulation with the lower body portion of the figure. The hips can split out about that much. Not a whole lot, because the loincloth is more of a solid rubbery material, so it's really not like all that pliable, so you really can't, like, yeah, you can't get it out the way very much, so it's going to hinder some articulation, but we can kick forward about that much and back about that much. Same is true with the other leg. Forward about that much, back like a little bit. We do have a thigh swivel, so we can swivel those thighs of his all the way around a full 360. Same is true with the other leg. And then back around. We also have a double joint at the knee, like so. And then we can bend them back. We also have shin rotation at the top of the boot. And also, we can point those toes forward on a hinge joint and then back up again. And then rotate all the way around a full 360 on a swivel peg. Same is true with the other foot. And then back down. And that pretty much concludes it for articulation with this figure. Now on to accessories. As far as accessories, of course, he comes with this dagger that you put in his boot, that if I can get it in his hand, he can use as a backhanded weapon. So we do have that if we want to use that as a backhanded weapon. And let's put this back in the sheath right here. And of course we do have the Viking helmet head, but yeah, mine does sort of have a problem. And I'm going to tell you guys what the problem is, although it does look pretty cool with a Viking helmet head. But I do prefer like the more classic He-Man head. And the reason for this is, yeah, it really just doesn't take that much effort for the head to pop off of this one. So if I put it on and I try to rotate the head all the way around, I can rotate it all the way around. This head doesn't really get stuck as much, but pops off with relative ease. Like doesn't take much to pop off. In this one, I can hold the figure. Yeah, this one takes a lot more effort to get off, but I'm going to put the regular He-Man head for now. Viking head aside, we do get a closed fist hand, which I most likely will never use. We have an open palm hand, if you want to use that. But yeah, I rather hands that can actually hold weapons, so that's why I keep his gripping hands in. So I can hold the Sword of Power, and we can also hold his super cool, awesome battle axe, so he can dual wield and fight off those wolves like you've seen on the back of the packaging. And the cool thing about the Sword of Power that comes with this figure, this is more of a metallic color, and so is the battle axe there. And also, if you look, this one does have some leather strapping on the handle as well, so that is a really cool realistic detail there. So really nice job there, really nice touch that Mattel gave to the Viking He-Man figure. Really nice. But anyway, with all that said, it is now time to give this figure a final score based on the detail, articulation, and playability. And in all honesty, like I said, because of the design flaw with the torso joint on the older Masterverse figures, I do have to take points off. So yeah, about that. As much as I love and appreciate these figures, that is a concern. So yeah, like I said, don't be going to try to rotate the top torsos on your Masterverse figures unless they have drop down hips, so do keep that in mind. But in all honesty, I have to give them a drum roll, please. A fair but square, well deserved, highly recommended 9 out of 10. Why? Although, like I said, this is still a really awesome figure. Love and appreciate it. Highly recommend it. You can pick this one up from BigBadToyStore.com right now. It's fairly affordable. I forgot the price, but it's like within like the $20 range, I believe. It's not super expensive, but like I said, I would definitely Be careful with those top torso joints on your older release Masterverse figures. Yeah, that's a no-go zone, rotating that, so just don't do it. But anyway, guys, this is a unique figure. Highly recommend it. It's cool piece to have in your Masterverse collection. I'm glad I started off with my collection with one of these, and yeah, I would definitely grab him while he's still available. But anyway, that pretty much concludes it for this review. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you guys all so much for watching. Your viewership is much appreciated. And to wrap it all up, stay safe, take care, stay positive, stay powered up, God bless, and peace out.